everybody. I'm Colby.
I'm Keely.
Welcome to another one of our videos. Today we'd like to talk to you about our trip to Aspen, Colorado, and a lot of the things that we experienced while we were there and a lot of the spiritual lessons that we were able to learn. Because we were gifted this trip by the community, it was a very wonderful experience, and it was a very beautiful thing for us to go through, and we'd really love to share with you a lot of the things that we learned and a lot of things that we were able to take away.
Yeah, it was a big highlight in our journey so far, and we've had a lot of changes come up for us in the past, several months, and we haven't made many videos updating you guys on that. So we thought a fun way to start out would be to talk about the Aspen trip and go into more detail about the lessons we've learned and how they're still carrying forward today, and we're still going deeper with those lessons and experiences. And one of the really big, beautiful lessons that we learned was that heaven is indeed real, and we knew that. We came into Harmonious Union a little over a year ago, and we really experienced heaven for the first time together in that space. But it's deepening. So the real lesson is that it's always deepening. It's real and it's deepening. And it's ever expanding, and it gets juicier and juicier, and our relationship gets better and better. And even through some of the biggest challenges that we've faced so far on our journey, we've still managed to go deeper together. And we're really happy to get to share those challenges and highlights with you. And so stay tuned for more videos after this one, and detailing about our journey and everything that we've been going through. Yeah, is there anything you want to talk about?
Yeah, I think that one of the big things for us was taking a leap of faith. And a lot of the things on the journey are really about taking a leap of faith. And it's not just about taking a leap of faith once, it's about taking it over and over again. And every time you're presented with a situation where it's a question about whether or not you're going to proceed, it's always going to be taking that leap of faith that helps you move forward, that allows you to move forward and really move into that situation with confidence and faith. And what allowed us to enjoy our Aspen trip is taking a leap of faith into that experience and not expecting it to be any way, because it was glorious, it was beautiful, and it was full of wealth and abundance. And all we had to do was surrender to that experience. And it might seem like that's not very challenging, but we had to release quite a bit of fear and quite a bit of resistance to even receiving the gift in order to be able to go on the trip. And all through the trip, we were releasing fear, we were working through our upsets, and we were continuing to take that leap of faith every day, throughout the day, all the time, in order to be present with each other and be present with our lives and what the situation was calling us to do.
Mm-hmm.
And all the time we were continuing to go deeper together, and we were learning what we were doing there and what our trip was about. And it was all about our wealth, our abundance. It was all about our vibration in the kingdom of heaven and how we're moving through our current situation into a situation of perfect abundance, perfect health, perfect harmony.
Mm-hmm.
And all the things that are within us that aren't up to that vibration are getting worked out and released. And all of that stuff can look icky, it can feel nasty, but it's all on its way out. And that's what's important. And our Aspen trip was a really big example of that.
Mm-hmm.
Because we were in the mountains, everything was very beautiful. We were in a presidential suite, and we were sick.
Yeah.
And we were nasty sick.
Yeah, almost immediately.
Almost immediately.
Yeah, we all got sick. And Yeah. I mean, I kind of like uh, kept it off for a little while, which is good. Like, it's good that like one of us was kind of not sick. But
Yeah.
I eventually came down with the full experience.
Yeah, you did. God was
Yeah.
compassionate enough to allow us to not be totally sick at the same time, so one person can take care of the other. And so we were able to take care of Avalon with some degree of efficiency, and that really allowed us to move through everything a lot smoother. But for a good portion of the trip, Avalon and myself were sick, and we were sick because we were upheaving. We were upheaving because we were in this place of beauty and wealth and abundance and all these wonderful things that we weren't really very accustomed to. Because Aspen is a very high vibe town.
Yeah. Really high vibe. And we could tell that immediately. Like as soon as we landed, like we kind of understood a little bit of the background. Like I've heard of Aspen and in TV shows and so I kind of had an idea of the vibration, like that it was a wealthy high vibration. But when we landed, I really noticed that like it was so peaceful and comfortable, and it felt really safe. And yeah, there's it's very different from where we are, like in the city. Like we're in Portland, Oregon, and
Yeah.
definitely different vibration.
Yeah, it was a small tourist town, but it was a small tourist town where they had really invested in the appearance and in the quality of all of the buildings and all of
Mm-hmm.
the organization of everything. It was all very well planned and very well cared for. And it was definitely a feeling of just being very well supported, and like all of the people and all of the planning and the whole thing just was there to support us as we were taking time for ourselves. And it was something where we were kind of like, holy shit, this is a lot of support. We're not used to this. This is a lot. And all of that stuff that we were, all the stuff where we were resisting that support, all that resistance had to come up and be
Mm-hmm.
released. And
Yeah.
so we went through that process, and we're on the other side of a lot of
Yeah.
it.
Woo. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's allowed us to continue going deeper and receiving more blessings, and
Mm-hmm.
always just moving forward in our vibration and in our receiving of abundance, and not looking back and not attaching to the misery that's leaving. Just always remaining present with what it is that you want and who you are. And that's what's really important.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. As soon as we got off the plane, Chrissy, one of the leaders who put this together for us, had a like a or the I guess it was actually the resort had a shuttle service that they provided for anyone who stayed at the resort. So, and it was free. So we had this like really nice car waiting for us. We just had to call and they came to pick us up. And that was it was just magical to have that kind of support. We also had a shuttle service pick us up from our house and drive us to the airport. And it was really like one of the few times I had been in like a luxury vehicle, and I could really feel that that support and that love that was really like giving back to me um, from the vehicle.
Hmm.
It was really cool. Like I really distinctly remember that feeling of like just like relief. It feels so good to be supported. And even though we've had to go through a lot of resistance and release that, there's always that sense of peace on the other side that we were able to experience by doing our inner work, doing the work that Jeff and Shalia teach, letting go of our resistance, letting go of um, the old, the old vortex, the old energy that we were, you know, carrying around a little bit, like letting go of that so that we could fully receive the gift. And we're still receiving the gift. Like
Mm-hmm.
this gift was really profound in so many ways. It really helped us understand as a family like what's important to us. Support is important to us. God is important to us. This was God's gift, and community is important to us. Relationships are important to us in a whole new way that we hadn't really seen before. Like, yeah,
Mm.
really opened up our eyes to God in a deeper way.
Yeah, that's really well said. I feel like that just really hits the nail on the head, that we were able to open up to God in a deeper way because we just saw how amazing God is by the support that we received and continue to receive, because it was such a deep gift because the support just kept coming. It was like this dynamic support that was here for us in every way that we needed. And it's that kind of support that God gives. And it's
Mm-hmm.
only possible because God gives it. And it's just so beautiful to be able to receive that and to continue to receive that and to just know in our hearts that this is the truth and this is how God wants us to live and this is how God supports us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, amen. The presidential suite was very beautiful and just filled with love. Like so much love went into every detail of that suite, and I just felt so comfortable and supported there.
Mm.
Um, yeah, and we had our groceries delivered to us, and we really like utilized the shuttle service a lot. Um, and one thing that God really guided us to do is tip the um, shuttle driver really well. Like every time we got into that shuttle, we tipped him like very well, and he remembered us. He knew us immediately, even by our voices. Like when we would call, he'd be like, "Yep, I'm coming over." Like he
Yeah.
knew that we were gonna really love him and appreciate him for his service.
Mm.
Um,
Yeah, it just felt good to give back in that little way that we could, and just
mhm.
give that energy back to how we were supported to our trip, and just always make sure we were giving them some cash whenever you pick us up.
Yeah, yeah, because you didn't have to tip them, but it didn't feel right not to do that. It felt really good to tip him well, and um, I just felt like because I was receiving so much and being supported so much, like my cup was overflowing, right? Like I
Mm.
really wanted to give in any way that I could. Um, Another way that we really gave was to Avalyn, our daughter. We really gave her a lot of love, like an experience that really showed her that heaven is real for her and that heaven is always deepening and always expanding. And I feel like she definitely had a difficult time um, towards the end of the vacation because there was just so much love. And I think she's kind of used to contrast. And it was also the first time that she had been with us for that many days in a row. Um,
Yeah, I think it was her first bout of upheaval,
yeah, like
or like
big
intense
upheaval.
upheaval
Yeah.
that wasn't going to be abated. And we were just helping her through it, and she made it through. And it was a lot for her to work through, but she was able to do it, and we were able to continue with our trip. And it was necessary to give her discipline on more than one occasion, but it was always received at some point. And sometimes it took a little while, but it was received and we were able to move on. And it was
Mm-hmm.
important to acknowledge her success and continue to provide her with support and discipline when it was necessary.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a big part of our trip.
yeah, it was really cool to see her experience heaven in this way. Like I could really like get a picture of what she was going through just by looking at her face. Like, her eyes were just like opening up to a whole new world.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah, totally.
did we move right before this?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we moved right before
Okay.
we left.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot
We
of
were
things
still
happened
unpacking.
like back to back. We're still
Yeah.
unpacking, but that's going to be in another, we'll explain that in another video and update you guys on that. Um, but yeah, basically Evelyn and we all experienced like a huge upgrade. Like we moved to a nicer house, and then we got to go on this amazing vacation as a family and experience God in a much deeper way that really helped us understand what it is that matters, and how we don't have to hold on to hell. Don't have to hold on to it. We can let it go, and we
Yeah.
can let it go quickly. And I think that's something we really had to work through, is like we experienced such a um, deep part of God, such an expansive heaven. And coming back from Aspen, we really had to work through like releasing the last like remnants of the old energy. And um, yeah, it's kind of like a cleansing. It's
Mm,
like a detox. That's kind of how it felt for us. Like,
absolutely.
yeah, yeah.
Absolutely.
We were sick for like a month. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, we got
Wow.
sick in Aspen, and then we were still sick. Like that was what, at the end of November, and we were still sick by the end of December. Like we kept getting
Yeah.
like sicknesses. They were all pretty mild, but it was clear that we were still like upheaving and detoxing, and from all of the new choices we were making and releasing the old patterns that were keeping us in poverty, that were keeping us in abuse and um, neglect and things like that. So yeah,
Hmm.
it was very powerful. It's a very powerful and profound gift that we received.
Yeah, it really was. And it's something that will stay with us forever. It's not something where we just go and take the trip and get on the plane and come back home. It's definitely something that will continue to unwrap for a long time and will stay with us forever.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I think about it all the time. Like I recently just got new pants and like a new sweater, which I'm wearing right now. And it feels really good. Like we haven't gotten new clothes in a while. Um and then as I was like picking out the clothes, I was actually picking out clothes that I feel like I would have seen in Aspen. It's like, yeah, that looks really nice. Like really like that. That feels good to me. It's like sporty and but comfortable and like high end. And yeah, it just really like it brought me to a deeper understanding of myself and like what I like and how I want to express my divinity. um yeah, felt really good.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just all about being grounded in your truth and what you want and allowing that to speak up for you and guide you through whatever it is that you're facing and allow it to really like be what you stand up for and be what you really want and how you live your life, not take any other shit.
Hmm.
That's what's important.
Yeah. And another thing that this gift gave us is the ability to give more. Like we basically just detoxed like all the shit from our consciousness, and now we're able to actually like be grounded in our new vibration. Like this new vibration feels so much better. It feels so much more comfortable and peaceful and supportive. And now we can give from that place we can give from a higher vibration. We can give more to our community, to our clients, to our family, to our relationships, to our teachers. And
Mm-hmm.
that's beautiful. And that's because love is always expanding. It's always growing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's really beautiful. And we've received such a beautiful gift, and it's only natural to continue to give as a result. That's how all
Mm-hmm.
of this works, is that abundance flows, and it
Yeah.
flows through us. It flows to us, and it flows through us
Mm-hmm.
back to where it came from. And it's always God. It's always from God to God,
Mm-hmm.
always flowing through all.
Yeah. This just came to me. Our lives like really started picking up like August time frame, and like right after the Toronto trip that we took to go see Jeff and Shalia speak at the Toronto workshop on twin flames. And I feel like that was kind of like it was like the end of twin flame ascension school and like purpose classes, and really like the beginning of expanding into new places in our community, in our lives. And I felt like there was just like a big opening um, at that point in our lives. And then the next month we got married, and we committed much deeper to God, and then to each other. And then it's kind of like a domino effect. I feel like it just, things just kept like coming up, like really beautiful things, and some really challenging things, but are still beautiful because they're bringing us deeper into love. So I just wanted to put that out there for the other couples and union, or harmonious union with their twin flame. It's really safe to go deeper with your
Mm,
twin flame. It's really safe to go deeper with love and commit, right? Like, yeah.
yeah.
It's only benefited us.
Yeah, it opens you up to more than you can imagine.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
always like committing to the thing that's right in front of you and allowing that to be the juicy, beautiful thing. And that's leading you to another beautiful, juicy thing. And then that's leading to another beautiful, juicy thing. And it's always unfolding of more and more beauty, more and more wonder, and more love. And that's what's
Mm.
so beautiful about our relationship and about being twin flames, is that it's always just love.
Mm-hmm.
Always.
Yeah. Yeah. The Toronto Talks recordings are on twinflamesuniverse.com. They really go into depth about what Colby is talking about when I'm speaking about. Um, it's all about going deeper with peace, going deeper with love, and how that's never going to stop, how you're never going to stop expanding, and how you can really ride that flow and keep going, keep expanding your love. And that's what we choose to do.
Mm, yeah, always.
Yeah.
Well,
I feel complete here.
as do I.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for watching. We'd like to thank all of the students, our clients, our friends that helped us achieve this beautiful trip by gifting it to us. It's a gift that we receive fully in our hearts, and that's continuing to provide love for us, and it's not going to stop. And we just thank you sincerely from the bottom of our hearts. Thank
Mm.
you very much.
Mm-hmm. Amen.
Amen.
Yeah. And we'd also like to thank our teachers, Jeff and Chilia, for providing this community for us, and really like creating heaven. Like this is really what heaven is about. It's about these deepening relationships and giving back to one another, and loving each other, and recognizing each other, and honoring each other. And the flow never stops. The flow doesn't stop in Twin Flames universe.
Mm,
Just keeps going, keeps expanding. People are constantly upgrading their lives, or upgrading their relationships. There's been so many harmonious unions coming together in the recent days and weeks and months, and it's just amazing to see how prosperous everyone is doing.
Mm.
So thank you from the bottom of our hearts. We love you guys so much, and can't wait to share more updates with you guys in the future.
Yeah, thank you so much. And if you'd like to learn more about Jeff and Shalia and these wonderful teachings that have brought us into such amazing happiness and success, we owe everything to Jeff and Shalia. They've taught us everything we know, and they're perfect examples of exactly whom we want to become and exactly what we're working towards. So please check out their website, twinflamesuniverse.com. There's an open forum there that would be happy to have you. We'd love to hear your story and what you're going through and help support you through your journey. And there's plenty of information and resources there for you. So please check it out. Subscribe to this YouTube channel. A lot of juicy things here.
Hit like.
Hit like, that subscribe button. And we'll see you again soon. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.